Greeting viewers, my name is Nidan and today we'll be having a look over the chapter Balthazar's Marvelous Afternoon. This chapter is written by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So I'm sure that you must have given this chapter a read. So we'll be dealing with synopsis and the themes within so that you are able to write answers which can cover all the points which the examiner is looking for. So let's begin. So the whole synopsis can be divided into five different subcategories within the theme, which are conflict, humility, greed, generosity, and pride. Let's keep this in mind and let's dive into the story. So, as the title suggests, Balthazar is the protagonist of the story, that is the main character. Jose Montiel is the rich man, which is portrayed as the antagonist of the story, that is the most disliked character, or who is opposite to the hero of the plot. Pepe here is Jose's son, who does not change the plot of the story to that extent, but is a very important character which gives Balthazar the legitimacy over the rightful king. So Balthazar is a poor man who despises the rich. Now, even though he despises the rich, yet he gives cage to Pepe. So this giving of cage to Pepe, who is way richer than him, because Balthazar is poor man, yet Pepe is a rich man, shows that his behavior is quite opposite to that of a rich man, that is Jose Montiel. Now, Jose here acts greedily and does not pay 60 pesos for the cage. 60 pesos was a meager amount for the marvelous cage that Balthazar had made. The cage was so beautiful that it did not look like a cage, it looked like a mini architectural marvel, and the cage would have sold anywhere in this world for much higher price. Balthazar, out of his modesty, just asked for 60 meager pesos, which Jose even refused, even though that cage was meant for his own son. So the key takeaway from here is that Balthazar is poor, yet he is generous. But Jose acts as a miser, even though he is rich. Now, the second major theme in this synopsis is the contrast in the portrayal of Balthazar. So the conflict here arises that Balthazar never Balthazar never got drunk before, but now he loses his control after drinking. This is the line on which the story ends. And in contrast to it, in the very beginning, initially he had humility after he had humility, and after drinking, he almost lost his original virtue and had grandiose ideas. Like he's poor, but when drunk, speaks of things that only a rich man would ever say, like saying building a million cages. So keynote is that Balthazar, although hates rich people, we can infer from here that conflict from these conflicts that he was acting as this because he was not rich. He's not very different from Hoji in this aspect. That is, he's very much similar to Jose in terms of what his subconscious mind thinks. He thinks of himself as a rich man without a penny. So his reality and his imagination is quite different. So Balthazar, as I said, Balthazar originally did not think highly about the cage, but when he got drunk, he was boastful about it and lied about selling it for 60 pesos, which displayed his pride, uh, which displayed his pride, his dignity of work. If you remember correctly when you read the story, that when his wife quoted 50 pesos or so for selling the skates, Balthazar was speechless as to what price has to be fixed. And after much convincing from the doctor and his wife, he fixed the price at 60 pesos. Yet he readily gave away this architectural marvel of the cage to his son Pepe for free to see him happy. But when he went out and and was met by the people, he lied about it just because he wanted to show his pride, which he carried as he was the maker of the world's most beautiful world cage. So he drank after the incident and spent money on drinking even though he did not earn. Remember that Balthazar was a poor man, and his spending of money for such reasons is in fact something which you do not expect from a sane and a wise man, which Balthazar was. He spends afternoon in the illusion, his shoes robbed while he's lying drunk on the street. So this is the character Basazar has developed into in the end of the story. I hope that you must have got all the synopsis which has written here for the sake of writing answers. The next chapter which we'll be looking at is The Railway Clerk by Nizam Ezekiel. So, if you have read the poem, you would have known that these lines suggest interior politics and corruption into the system of government sector. We are very much familiar about what aspirations of middle class are. So, Nizam Ezekiel, through this poem of his, tries to represent those aspirations and the tussle between human aspirations and the means he has through this poem, while taking into account all the things which are affecting him uh, and are not in his control, like the government policies and all. So the protagonist of the story is the clerk who is dissatisfied and has insufficient salary. Here, money represents the materialistic needs. Since it represents the materialistic needs, it is the very reason for him to take bribes in government sector. Unfortunately, the protagonist of the story is not a graduate, therefore he is not getting promotion. To which, to this grievance of his, the poet writes a line, I wish I'm a bird. So that this line represents the internal desire of the protagonist, that is the clerk, to be carefree, to be restraintless, to be a person who is not bound by any financial means and is able to get as much as he wants to take out of the life. So the clerk is hardworking and responsible, yet he is not acknowledged at work, which builds up to his frustration. In addition to this, the poor working conditions, like his office is very far from home, his desk is very small, and the fan is not working, makes him wonder why he's even doing this job if he's not getting enough salary for it. The only respite he has for after doing this job is talking with his friends about the nation's problems and watching a movie once in a week, which you expect from a middleman considering what his means and salary is. So when we look around these middle class men, we see that these middle class men have a great say over their friends who are also belonging in the same class. So his friends also share the same high aspirations. They want to go to foreign, but they are also limited by the worldly problem that is their mother is in all. So in conclusion, like this is the whole contrasting storyline of the poem. So if you are to gather the whole synopsis of the story, you can understand that the poet here refers to the clerk as the victim of circumstances. He believes that the poet deserves much, much more in lieu of his work, but he's not getting it since he's not educated, since he's not work, since he's not uh, at the right position, and he cannot even leave the job considering the job security these government jobs offer. And another view of this poem could be that since the clerk is not doing anything from his side to getting promotion, that is to get educated or like talk to his seniors, it can be said that he is having a nature which is quite complaining. Yet one fails to understand at this point about the fact which route will the railway club take in future. So that was it, and I think I have clearly quoted all these stanzas and have explained it to you. Thank you.